Many people credit Edison with the invention of the light bulb. However, to say that Edison invented the light bulb is a very strong generalization. Many other men were involved in the race to create the light bulb. One of the first systems resembling the light bulb was invented by English chemist Humphrey Davy in the early 19th century. He put two carbon rods next to each other and sent voltage through both of them with a battery, causing a blinding white light. This kind of light is called carbon arc. It's commonly used in powerful searchlights and iconically in Klieg lights. At that time, Edison hadn't even been born yet. He was born on February 11, 1847 in Milan, Ohio. He was self-educated and self-motivated. At 15, Edison saved a child from being run over by a train, and the father showed him how to operate a telegraph. He became a telegraph operator and was fascinated by electricity. In 1866, he moved to Louisville, Kentucky to work with the Associated Press as a telegraph operator at night. Because of this, he spent most of the day learning. 3 years later, Edison moved to New York City. He created the Universal Stock Printer in 1871 for the Gold and Stock Telegraph Company. While the stock ticker was no new invention itself, the printer kept multiple stock symbols synchronized so that the same information was printed on each line, a new innovation at the time. Gold and Stock Telegraph Company paid him $40,000 for the rights to the machine. With this, Edison moved to inventing full-time. He became more and more well-known as an inventor, and the rest is history. After Davy's early light bulb, more people sought to improve its design. Frederick de Moleyns filed 2 patents for functional incandescent light bulbs that used either platinum and carbon in 1841, one of the first of its type. Joseph Swan attempted to improve upon this design by using paper as a filament and putting it in a vacuum in 1860. While unsuccessful at this point, he would become important to Edison later. In 1874, 2 Canadians, Henry Woodward and Matthew Evans, came up with a model of the light bulb. It used a pure carbon rod in a glass tube filled with nitrogen gas. They failed to commercialize the idea and ended up selling the US patent and part of the Canadian patent to Edison. The same year he bought the Woodward-Evans patent, Edison patented his own light bulb. This incandescent light bulb was the first publicly accessible light bulb on the market, and it sold. The accessibility was largely in part due to Lewis Howard Latimer's patented carbon filament that was used in Edison's bulbs. Not only was Edison an inventor, but was also a cunning businessman. He knew that there would need to be a system that could support his bulbs. This system ran on dynamos that used alternating current, strange for reasons we'll discuss later. The same year Edison's bulb was patented in the US, Joseph Swan patented a bulb using a carbon filament across the pond in Great Britain. Edison took a stand against Swan and sued him for patent infringement. However, this ended in a loss for Edison, and it resulted in a merging of their companies and the creation of Edison and Swan United Electric Light Company Limited, or Ediswan. So as you can see, the light bulb was no new idea by the time Edison got into inventing. Humphrey Davy had a functioning prototype long before Edison even existed. But what made Edison different was that he was very flexible in his ideas. He would try an enormously large variety of filaments to get his bulb working, and he also spent a good portion of his life working with electricity and science. What's more, Edison was a businessman. He had experience running a fairly large-scale business and could step back and see that he needed a system, a sort of structure, to support the light bulbs that he wanted to produce in masses. He was in it for the money. But as author Ira Flatow mentions, quote, "Having a patent doesn't hold much water in the political race to be named as the inventor," unquote.
The arts are how we connect to our souls, and they're how we connect each other across disciplines, across languages, across cultures.
LVA has provided me with so many opportunities that I found that I don't love just theater or just tech theater, I just love art. You look at other schools in the country that have millions of dollars and they still can't create the quality of work that we do.
LVA has affected what I can do immensely, especially when it comes to like my artistic abilities, because there are things and techniques and ideas I didn't even know existed.
An artistic person is a happy person, a person with a voice, and we do independent thinkers here.
Well, there's so many schools about science and math, but the number of art schools is not as many, and I think they're just as important as math and science.
It's really become a small conservatory of unique, wonderful young adults that can change the world someday.
The fact that it's made 25 years shows that, you know, arts are an important way to get students to appreciate education.
It's just that through stories, you could change people just the same way that a scientific discovery could change the course of the world. Art and stories can do the same thing.
I'm so happy that it's made 25 years, and I can't wait to come back for its 50th anniversary.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Gave proof through the night that our flag was still. To the Houston High School for the Performing and Visual Arts. Star-Spangled Banner yet waved.
As Creatives United, we know you've been through a lot, and as artists ourselves, we're here to support you.
And all the free. Welcome back. Home of the brave.
From the Las Vegas Academy of the Arts, welcome back to school.
So the program for the Smith Center is framed around the Austria trip that the music department is taking this year.
We're taking our top orchestra, our top wind ensemble, and our top choir, the Academy Singers, to Vienna and Salzburg this spring.
This concert puts together the top wind ensemble, orchestra, and choir students from all of LVA and puts them in an amazing concert hall to perform collaboratively. So you'll get to hear something you don't really get to hear in a lot of our other concerts. You'll get to hear the band with the choir and the orchestra with the choir.
We've kind of selected a lot of music from American traditions and then a lot of music from Austrian composers as well.
So we're going to be singing pieces from the Mozart Requiem, and at the Musikverein in Vienna, where we're putting on a grand concert, that's where Ode to Joy, Beethoven's Ninth Symphony finale, was actually premiered, and so we're going to be doing the famous Ode to Joy from Beethoven's Ninth.
This is a fundraiser for the band, choir, and orchestra students that travel.
So the kids are raising money for the trip to Austria, of course.
All of that directly benefits the students on stage with the cost of traveling, and so that requires a lot of fundraising from the students.
Another really great thing about doing the Smith Center concert is to give students the chance to perform in the Smith Center.
We are blessed to have the Smith Center in our backyard. It's one of the best concert halls in North America, and our kids get to sing in there every year, which is always a treat. Get your tickets now, get your tickets early.
Tickets are available at the Smith Center. If you visit their website, we have $15, $30, $70, and $100 tickets. All of the proceeds go directly to LVA, so please come out and support these amazing students.